Her voice was unsteady but sure. "I don't want to—" "So what do you want?" he asked, searching her eyes. She didn't hesitate. "You." He closed his eyes for a moment, relief and longing crashing through him in one overwhelming rush. When he opened them again, they were full of something hot and honest. "Then it's settled," he said. "I'm all yours, if you'll have me." She smiled, slow and glowing in the moonlight. "I already do." He kissed her again, deeper this time, like sealing something real, something burning, something theirs alone. And on that moonlit shoreline, bare feet in the surf, hearts pounding like crazy, they stepped fully, boldly, unmistakably into the future they'd been circling around, a future lit by fire. The next morning, sunlight spilled through the kitchen windows. Maya reached for a plate just as Elias did. Their hands collided. This time, neither pulled away. He looked at her fingers resting on his. She didn't move. 10 years of unsaid apologies and unresolved longing pressed between them. Maya, her name sounded like a wish. She exhaled, slow, shaking, and then, finally, she kissed him. It wasn't soft, it wasn't gentle. It was all the anger, the heartbreak, the longing, the years they'd lost. His hand slid to her waist, pulling her closer. Her fingers tangled in his shirt. Their breath mingled, warm and urgent, as if the world had been waiting for this one moment. When they finally broke apart, he rested his head on her shoulder. "I'm not letting you go again," he said. "You don't get to promise that," she murmured, though she didn't step away. "I do, and I will." 1 week later, they sat together on the back porch, overlooking the sunset, orange light shimmering on the waves. Maya sighed. "It's weird. I came here for peace, not whatever this is." He took her hand slowly, giving her every chance to pull away. She didn't. "You came here to start over," he said. "Maybe this is our start." She looked at him, not the boy who left her, the man who came back, the one still trying. A breeze lifted her hair. He brushed a loose strand behind her ear, a small, intimate gesture that hit far deeper than any kiss. "Maya," he said softly, "let me earn you this time, fully, no leaving, no running." "And if I say yes?" He smiled, small but full of hope. "Then we stop being housemates." "And start what?" she whispered. His thumb slid over her knuckles, warm and sure. "Everything we should have been." She leaned in, not rushed, not desperate, just right. Their lips met again, slower this time, deeper, the kind of kiss that didn't spark fire. It built it, steady and unstoppable. The sun dipped below the horizon as if sealing it in. She pulled back breathlessly. "Then yes." He laughed softly, relief and joy breaking across his face. "Maya, I'm in this, all of it, all of you." She squeezed his hand. "I know." And in that little beach cottage, where they once tiptoed around each other, 2 former lovers from the past stepped into their future. 6 months later, the beach cottage looked nothing like the quiet space Maya once rented. There were 2 coffee mugs on the counter every morning, 2 pairs of shoes by the door, his heavy boots and her sandy sandals, 2 toothbrushes in the jar, and one unspoken truth filling every room. They were no longer housemates. They were partners. The night was warm, the ocean humming outside, as Maya stepped onto the porch in a soft linen suit. Her hair was loose from the shower, still damp with salt and steam. Elias looked up from the railing the moment she appeared. "Come here," he said, voice low, familiar now in the most dangerous way. She walked over, and he wrapped an arm around her waist, like he was claiming something he'd never allowed to slip away again. She leaned back into him easily, naturally, like they'd been doing this their whole lives. "Work was brutal today," she murmured. "Then let me fix your night." His hand slid along her hip, warm and steady. She inhaled sharply, not because it surprised her, but because it still hit her every time. He kissed the side of her neck, slow enough to feel the drag of his breath. "You're trouble," she whispered. "And you love it." She did. God, she did. The sky was a deep violet, stars starting to flicker awake. Waves rolled in like a heartbeat, steady, quiet, carrying the soft soundtrack of the future they were building together. "Remember when we said we'd stay out of each other's way?" she teased. He laughed into her neck, the sound low and rough. "Yeah, worst agreement we ever made." His hands framed her waist, pulling her back against him fully. Heat radiated from him, from her, from the charged space between them. "Elias," she warned playfully. "What?" "You keep touching me like that, and we're not going to make it to dinner." "Who said we needed dinner?" he shot back, lips brushing her shoulder. She turned in his arms, meeting his eyes, bright, certain, completely lost in her. That alone was almost enough to undo her. "6 months ago," she said softly, "I wasn't sure we could do this, not without breaking again." "And now?" She ran a fingertip along his jaw, slow and teasing. "Now I'm wondering why we ever stopped." His grin was wicked and affectionate all at once. "So you admit we're good together?" "Good?" She lifted an eyebrow. "We're dangerous." His gaze darkened, warm, heated, unmistakably hers. "Then come be dangerous with me." He kissed her, hungry, deep, claiming her and letting her claim him right back. It was the kind of kiss that made her toes curl, the kind that tasted like everything they'd risked and everything they'd won. When they finally broke apart, she was breathless. "You know," he said, thumb brushing her lower lip, "I was thinking about expanding the cottage." "Yeah?" "Yeah." His voice dropped as he leaned closer. "We're going to need more space." "For what?" He kissed her again, slower, hotter. "For everything we haven't done yet." She laughed, pulling him back in, feeling him melt against her, strong and warm and entirely hers. "Elias," she whispered into his mouth, "I think this is just the beginning." "Good," he murmured, "because I'm nowhere near done with you." The waves crashed, the moon rose, and inside that little cottage, no longer a temporary home, but the foundation of something new, their future and everything around it. A future built not from what broke them, but from what brought them back together. Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe.